Hey guys, it's me, Allie. Welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year! I hope you're all having a great start to your day. I am here to do my very first Q&A on my channel, and I'm so excited about it. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody who asked me questions in my ipsy unbagging. About 3 or 4 or 5 videos ago, whatever it was, I did my ipsy unbagging for December 2014, and it was part an ipsy unbagging and part a giveaway. I was giving away the Naked On the Run palette from Urban Decay. If you're interested in winning that giveaway is going on until the 15th of January, so I'll link that video in the description below, and you can still enter until the 15th of January. But basically, one of the rules to win that giveaway was to ask me some questions because I was interested in doing a Q&A on my channel, and I was so overwhelmed with how many people asked such amazing questions. I think in like the first day I had over 100 or 150 questions already pouring in. So thank you guys so much for making this possible. I was really looking forward to making this video. Basically what I did was I chunked all of the questions into 4 different categories. They all kind of went along with teaching, my relationship status, YouTube, and just basic questions about my life. So I wrote basically everything down in my notes in my phone, and I'm just gonna get right into this video because I don't want to make it too long. I love you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Just a sidetrack for a minute, I need to brag about my iPhone case that my sister bought me for Christmas. If you follow my channel, you know I'm a huge Disney nerd, and if you follow my channel, you know that Toy Story is my movie of choice for Disney, and it's just the best case I've ever had, so I have to brag about it for a minute. Okay, now on for the actual questions of this Q&A, and the first category that I'm going to touch upon is the category that I received the most questions on, and it is all about my career as an educator. I received hundreds upon hundreds of questions about being an educator, and it really just warmed my heart that you care so much about my career outside of YouTube. So let's get right into the first question, and that question is, how long have you been teaching for? I have been teaching for 5 years. I know that I look like I'm 15, but I'm actually 27, and I was very fortunate. Right after graduating college, I went on an interview for the district that I wanted. I got hired on the spot as a sub, so I was a substitute teacher for 2 years, and then I kind of really tried to make my name. If I had any long-term positions, I would always try to really connect with the principals and the teachers there. So somebody referred me for the position that I have now. I went on an interview after my 2nd year, and I ended up getting hired again on the spot, which was amazing. And I've been teaching now for 3 more years, so altogether 5 years in total. The next question that I got asked a lot was, what is the grade that I am teaching? Ever since I was subbing, I teach elementary school, and ever since I've been subbing, I've always done the upperclassmen, which in elementary school, that's considered 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. 6th grade isn't considered elementary school anymore. In the district that I'm in, 6th grade is considered middle school. So ever since I was subbing, I always worked with the upperclassmen. When I got hired as a 5th grade teacher, and I did 5th grade for 2 years, and that is my grade of choice. I just love working with 5th graders. I just get along with them so well. You just create these amazing connections with these students. Unfortunately, and not unfortunately, I shouldn't say that, last year my principal approached me and asked me if I would be interested in looping. I am the special educator in the classroom. I work in an inclusion classroom, so it's half special ed, half regular ed students, and she approached me and asked me if I would be interested in looping. And what looping is basically, I went down to 4th grade this year, but I'll be following my students up to 5th grade next year. It has its pros and it has its cons, but one of the great things is I really get to know all my students' disabilities, and you really connect with these students, so I know them for next year. I have, hands down, the best class I've ever had in my entire life this year. So a pro for me is that I'm going to be following them, but part of teaching is sometimes you're going to get tough classes. So if I had a really tough class this year, it would be really tough knowing that I had to follow them next year. But overall, it's been amazing this year. So to answer that question, I'm doing 4th grade now, but next year I'll be back up to 5th. And if it works out, I'm going to probably keep going down to 4th, 5th, 4th, 5th, 4th, 5th. The next question I got a lot was, what got me into teaching? And I've always known I wanted to be a teacher ever since I was a kid. I remember being 5, 6, 7 years old, playing house with my friends, and I always had to be the teacher, and I would always be like, okay class, sit down, now we're going to do our ABCs, now we're going to do our numbers, now we're going to do our shapes, okay, here's your homework. I don't know, I loved that whole dream of being a teacher when I was a child. And when I went to high school, my high school was one of the first high schools that initiated the senior project. And what the senior project was over the course of the year, you had to do, I think it was 15 or 30 hours in a career of your choice. And it was kind of a way to prep you for college to see if this career choice is what you actually want to do in college. And I, of course, chose teaching. I went back to my old elementary school and worked with my 4th grade teacher. And it just took me from here to here. I had an amazing senior project experience. I loved working with the students. I loved seeing the back end of being a teacher. And it really pushed me over the edge. So that's basically what got me into being a teacher. I always knew I wanted to do it, but that senior project really took me from point A to point Z of knowing what I want to do in my future. So the next question that I got is a very funny question, and it is, who knows that you have a YouTube account, and how about your students being on social media? And this is a very, very popular question that I get a lot. I'm actually really good friends with a lot of the teachers at my school. They're not my school friends, they're my friends, and I hang out with them all the time. Basically all of them know that I have an account, and I think for the most part they all watch my videos. It's funny, they'll actually come up to me, it's really cute, and they'll be like, oh, I watched your video with my daughter the other day, or whatever, and I think that's really sweet. But when it comes to students, the reality of it is, even though I don't agree with this, but 4th and 5th graders have social media. They are on social media. There are 4th graders who have phones. There are 5th graders who have phones, and they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter, they're on all of these social media platforms, and I can't change that. If it's okay with their parents, and there's really nothing that I can say about it. But with that being said, they're like little ninjas when it comes to finding people, and they find you, and they all find me. So how I deal with that is I block them, and I'm very honest with my students. If they add me during the school year, I just go up to them the next day and I'll be like, hey, so you tried to add me on Instagram, I had to block you, I'm really sorry, and I'll unblock you when you graduate. So what I basically do is, this year I have 4th grade, and I'll have them for another year, so they'll be blocked for 2 years. But for the past 2 years when I had 5th graders, I would block them, and then I would tell them, when you graduate and you're out of the school, I'll unblock you and I'll follow you back. And they'll be like, okay, I understand. And they're not upset about it. They totally know that they can't be like following their teacher. I think they do it because it's like, oh, I found Miss Calderon, or whatever they do. But yep, I do have to block them. But when they do graduate, I unblock them, and my Instagram is public. I don't put a single bad thing on there. My Twitter is public. My Facebook, I don't. That's just for my family and my friends. But if they want to follow me, go ahead and follow me. I don't put anything bad on there. But with that being said, once they are unblocked, they do see that I have a YouTube, and it's very cute. They'll all write to me and be like, oh, Miss Calderon, I just watched your video. Again, these are kids that already graduated, that I don't have anymore, that aren't in my school anymore. So if you're in class with me, or you're still in the school that I'm teaching at, you're blocked, you're done, not until you graduate. But outside of that, why not? If you want to follow me, watch me. It's a great way to stay connected with them, and it's actually really sweet. On Instagram, a lot of them follow me after graduation, and they'll tag me in posts and be like, Miss Calderon, I got Student of the Month, are you so proud of me? And I am really proud of them, and it's a great way to stay connected with them. So that was a really long answer, but that's how I deal with social media and students on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and etc. The next question is, where do I see my career in 5 years? I don't even know what I'm doing in the next 5 days, so I can't say where I'm going to see my career in 5 years. Hopefully, if all goes well, I'll still be teaching in a classroom, but I will be another step closer to getting my master's. I haven't started my master's yet, but it's something that I'm seriously considering within the next couple of years. So hopefully in 5 years, I will either have my master's, and when I get my master's, I want to either higher my special education degree, or I want to do more with urban districts, like working with urban city schools. So in 5 years, hopefully I will be either a step closer or have my master's, but I will definitely still be teaching in a classroom if all goes well. If you weren't teaching, what would you be doing? That is such a hard question for me to answer, because like I've stated, since I was like 5 years old, I've always wanted to be a teacher, and that's basically the path that I took to my career. I've never in the 5 years that I've been teaching had a moment where I'm like, I can't do this anymore, I hate it, I don't want to do this, I need to look for another job. I love teaching. It is hands down the best job in my personal opinion. I always think back to that quote where it's like, if you love what you do, you never have to work another day in your life, and that's truly how I feel. I am not saying it is easy. It is hard stuff, and you need to be dedicated to it. It is, the amount of work that goes into teaching it's ridiculous, but I love it, and every little last second of work that you put into it, it's worth it to me, because I really do enjoy my job. I guess if I wasn't being a teacher, I would still be doing something working with kids, along the lines of working with kids, because I really just enjoy working with the youth of America. Next question is, what are your favorite parts and your least favorite parts about being a teacher? If I was to sit here and tell you all my favorite parts about being a teacher, this video would probably be 5 hours long and nobody would watch it. So I'm going to tell you just my all-time favorite thing about being a teacher. And if you're a teacher watching this, I'm sure you can relate and understand this, especially with being a special educator like I am. A lot of these kids have learning disabilities and it's really tough for them to grasp onto a topic. What takes a regular ed student 5 minutes to learn something could take this special ed student 5 months to learn something. And it gets frustrating, and I go home sometimes and I'm like, what did I do wrong? Why aren't they understanding this? What can I do better? And you really just kind of beat yourself up about it. It gets really tough knowing that some of these kids, it's hard for them to learn these certain aspects. So you go home and you say, well, this didn't work, so I'm gonna try this instead, and maybe I can make it more interesting by bringing this in, and all right, now I'm gonna try a game. But the best part about being a teacher is when that kid that didn't get it just gets it. And then all of a sudden, it's like all the hard work that you put into it, I don't know, it's just these fireworks go off. I have this student right now who was struggling with adding and subtracting in the beginning of the year, and we have been working so hard with this student, and this student just got a 98 on their multiplication test. So this is a student that couldn't really add and subtract in the beginning of the year, and now he is flying through multiplication. And it's like you just get this feeling where it's like, I did that, I helped him learn. And I don't know, it's a feeling that you can't even explain. But when that student who doesn't get it gets it, it makes all of the work that you put into it so worth it. So that would probably be my absolute favorite part about being a teacher. And the last question in the category of teaching is, would you ever quit your job as a teacher to become a professional YouTuber? And I have to say my answer would most likely be no. I mean, I don't know what the future holds for me. Nobody really does. But all I know is I love my job. And in 10, 15 years, I still see myself in the classroom working with these amazing students. Now, one of the plus sides about being teaching is, even though I do work over my vacation, I'm not saying I just lay around, do nothing. All teachers do work during their vacation times. But I do have December vacation, February vacation, April vacation, and about 2 to 2.5 months off during the summer. So I do have extra time to grow my channel, so to speak, and make more videos and kind of dedicate more time to making videos for my channel. So right now I kind of feel like I'm trying to do the best of both worlds, but overall, when you're thinking of the grand scheme of things, I never see myself quitting my job as a teacher to become a professional YouTuber. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for all your amazing questions on teaching. I think I'm actually going to cut this video short right here because I just looked at the unedited footage and it's a little over 20 minutes long. So if I keep going with this, it's going to be like a 30-minute video, and that's just way too long of a video for somebody to sit there and watch. So I think I'm going to do this in like a 2 or 3-parter type of video. This one will just focus on teaching, and I will definitely get up the life, YouTube, and relationship status questions ASAP. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about Q&As. Did you like this Q&A? Did you not like this Q&A? Thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you enjoy my videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. I would truly appreciate it. And as always, thank you so much for your love, your support, and your positivity. You have no idea how much it means to me. I love you guys, and I hope you're having a beautiful start to your year. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.